director and to the front of the Zoom, guys. She is a mom of four. She is the mom of four, part of the Gregory gang. She's a wife, married for 12 years. She has recently retired her career as a senior healthcare IT engineer in January of this year. She loves to travel, but she specializes in event group travel and the Caribbean islands, guys. She is our three-star director. She has helped over 1,100 families get started in this business. She is part of the 1K Club. She's also the number one income earner and the only Sapphire Ring earner in the state of Missouri, guys. She is a Sapphire Ring earner, signifying that she makes $100,000 a year in this business. She's part of the top 100 income earner out of 95,000 agents. She is our two-time MVP, guys, for 2022 and for 2023. She's also from Kansas City, Missouri, and part of the 60/60 Club. Y'all give it up for my leader, my Virgo sis, Kiana Gregory. Are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I promise I didn't lock the Zoom down yet.
Okay, I was like, did she lock me down? Y'all give it up for our hostess with the mostest. She is so amazing, guys. We actually met online, right? I had never known anybody from Kenosha, Wisconsin before in my life. And we met online. She was like, hey, I'm looking for some great leadership. I want to be a part of the travel business. And guess what? She joined and never looked back. And she does it on a part-time basis. So for her to still have all this energy, at the end of the day and still be able to do this business is definitely powerful. She is a one-star director, which means she's helped over 100 families get started in this opportunity, guys. So that is amazing. So give it up for her. She's just one Fireball recipient. Her team won Fireball recipient. So it's one thing to be an amazing leader, but it's another thing to help others win as well. So thank you so much for all you do for the bigger team. And so enough about us. Tonight, we're here for Wine Down Wednesday, right? So I saw y'all had different glasses of wine or whatever you guys were drinking, or maybe some are drinking some water. I have some Roscato tonight. And guess what? I'm going to challenge you all to take a sip every time you see something that you like, right? Every time you see that there's a money-making opportunity, because someone invited you because they wanted you to get in the way of this money, right? They wanted you to be able to be a part of one of the largest industries in the world, which is travel. So we would like to welcome you to the best place on the planet. And so first, we're going to tap into our imagination. Remember when we were kids, we used to play house, we used to play school, we used to play that's my car, that's my car. But we never pointed out that's my car to a hoopty, right? So I want you guys to put in the chat, which freedom is the most important to you? Is it the financial freedom? Is financial freedom more important to you because maybe you want to get that dream car? You want to, have the car that you want versus the one you approve for, right? Because I've been there where I would love to drive off with a G-Wagon, but they gave me a G6 instead, right? They said, you know what, driving this G6 for a little bit, come back, we might think about a G-Wagon, right? Imagine being able to go on the lot and get the one that you actually want. Or what about that personal freedom? A lot of us have a benefit at our jobs called personal time off, PTO, but is it truly our personal time off? Can we take it when we want? Most cases, you got to have a certain seniority. And if you work in high demand jobs like Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, shout out to those individuals. During Christmas time, they have what is called blackout days. So instead of spending time with their family, utilizing the PTO that they worked hard for, they got to be out delivering presents, right? Instead. So personal time is really, really important as well. And then of course, I always say time freedom is the most important because it's the most expensive. You can never get your time back. The time that we had yesterday, we will never get it again. And if you have the financial freedom, if you don't have any time to spend it, what good is it, right? So again, guys, we're going to show you how to design your ideal life, how you can earn more, travel more, save more, and experience more. And heavy on the experience, right? We're going to build a strong network and embrace not only ourselves, but everybody else around us. And so I want you guys to put in the chat unlimited, guys. Unlimited, right? Imagine being able to have an unlimited income opportunity because, like she said, I was a senior IT engineer for years. However, there was a cap to how much money I could ever make, right? So imagine where there's no caps. You can make as much money as you want to. And you can also benefit from e-commerce where you can work from anywhere at any time. Just like the inventors of Amazon and Instacart and all of them, you're going to be in the same league as them. However, we're a little bit different because we don't have any inventory or quotas to meet each and every month. And I always say, hey, we don't sell lotions and potions. We sell beaches and oceans, right? And ultimately, we're going to become a travel professional where we earn travel commissions. I want you guys to put in the chat cash money because I want to be very clear. You're going to earn money over here, right? You're going to get a 1099 at the end of the year. So this is not a travel club or a social club or, a timeshare or anything like that. No, you're going to earn travel commissions. And today we're going to drop a couple secrets. But before we do that, we want to introduce ourselves. Who are we? We are Planet Marketing. And I'd like to introduce to you this handsome gentleman to the side, Mr. Donald Bradley. He's the Planet Marketing founder and CEO, self-made millionaire in the industry of travel, multi-millionaire, let me be very clear, for over a decade, guys. So with all that money, he could have went off and bought his own private island, but he said, no, I want to help ordinary people make extraordinary income like myself. And he embarked on this journey about 7 years ago. We actually will turn 8 years old in October. So happy early birthday to Planet. And in those 7 years, we have reps in over 20 countries. We just opened up in Ireland. We're about to open up in Canada the first of the year. So we are quickly expanding. And it all started right here in the United States out of Atlanta, Georgia. And you know what? He knew he could be wealthy by himself, but he can be rich by himself, but he needed to be wealthy with a team. So he went out and he got solid company leadership. So he got the best of the best. So I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Andy Kaufman, who is the president and CFO. He comes with decades of executive management leadership. He's been known in the past for taking companies from $0 to multi-billion-dollar companies. And he actually came out of retirement to help Mr. Donald Bradley on this project. And these two, this dynamic duo, for the past 7 years have paid out $178 million in commissions. That is phenomenal. So if you break that up in 7 years, each year, we're talking about millions and millions of dollars paid out in commissions. We also have Miss Leanne Treckler, who is the COO. She manages the Planet support team. I like to say she's my favorite girl because she is the liaison to make sure everything runs smoothly. And she makes sure that she manages the team that pays us on time, right? Not on time, but sometimes a day early, guys. So who do we market? We market IntelliTravel. So yes, this is two companies and they have an exclusive partnership, right? So in order to become an IntelliTravel agent, you must go through a Planet Marketing rep. So you just can't come off the street and say, hey, I want to be an IntelliTravel agent. No, you have to go through a Planet Marketing rep. So I'd like to introduce to you Mr. James Ferrara, who is the co-founder and president. He's been with the company since day one. And day one means 30 plus years ago, almost as long as I've been living, right? They are the originators of the home-based business, of the home-based travel business. So I always ask people, hey, who do y'all want to be with? Put it in the chat. Do you want to be with the originators or the imitators? Put that in the chat. Because there's some other companies around, but just know they copied off of us, right? We're based out of Delray Beach, Florida, and we hold the highest accreditation and certification with folks like CLIA, who's the Cruise Line International Association. We actually sit on the board of CLIA, where we're major players in major decisions that happen in the travel industry. The ART, the BBB, again, held an A++, never an A-, never a C+, an A+ during those 30 plus years. We've held industry awards with like Norwegian Cruise Line, Carnival, Magellan. And Magellan is like the Emmy or the Grammys of the travel industry. And we've held that award year after year, guys. So the question of the day is, did you know commissions are already built inside your travel bookings? I want you guys to put in the chat, I'm guilty. If you have a travel app on your phone right now, if you have Expedia, Priceline, Booking.com, cheap tickets, Flight Hopper. I mean, they come out with so many of them. I can't keep up with all of them, right? So I see a lot of people coming to the altar. They're like, I'm guilty. I used to be guilty too when I was an unpaid travel agent. I loved Expedia. I was building up all my points. I was booking those rooms, reading the reviews, putting the perfect flights together, right? And didn't realize that I never asked, why doesn't this platform charge me to utilize it? Right? They just let me book my stuff and they give me points. But I didn't understand that commissions was built inside of the bookings and they were getting paid for my hard work that I was doing on their website. So today we're going to change the game. You guys going to have to take a sip to this, because instead of getting 0% commissions for the same work you're doing, we're going to pay you out 70 to 80% commissions paid out to you in your household. On day one, you're going to have a full-fledged at-home agency. It's going to look very similar to, Expedia, Priceline, and all of your favorite, go-to vendors that you're utilizing now. However, it's going to look a whole lot better because it's going to have your beautiful face on it, and it's going to have your unique business name. It's going to be youryou.com. And you can still partner with your favorite vendors. So I want you guys to put in the chat, what is your favorite hotel chain? I love Hilton. Hilton, I think, is just very family friendly. I have a family of 6. So Embassy Suites is for me, where I got double beds, pull out couch, free, I love the made to order breakfast, right? That's my thing. Happy hour during the week, So of course I got wine down Wednesday, so I love to have a little happy hour, right? And so again, I could still book with Hilton. I don't have to change it up. If you like Marriott, you love Hyatt, you love Riu and the all-inclusives, you love Secrets, you love Breathless, whatever is your favorite vendor, you can still book with them. You don't have to change that up. And you can book those group trips and individual travel, such as group cruises, corporate and church retreats, fraternities and sororities, destination weddings. Anybody know somebody that's getting married, right? Maybe it's you. I had a young lady on my team this past May. She booked her own destination wedding. And guess what? All the food was included. The drinks were included. The activities were included. All she had to do was show up, look beautiful, and just be in love, right? And be in better love, right? Because she had a check following her home just for getting married. And then, of course, she can book her honeymoon, her anniversary year after year. And then, of course, everybody loves a good girls trip. Because we always say whatever goes on a girl's trip, guess what? It stays on a girl's trip. So again, it's a turnkey business. On day one, your website literally going to look like this website you see on your screen, but it's going to have your name on it. You're going to have on-demand agent training modules. So you can do those training modules at your own pace, right? In your fuzzy slippers at home or on the beach or wherever you want to do them at. And you're going to have access to over $100,000 worth of sales and marketing material. So if you're not the most creative person in the world, because I know I'm not, I love that they have flyers back there. I love that they have verbiage that I can tweak, right? I don't have to, be on writer's block for hours and hours at a time. They already have that stuff for me. And what do I have access to? We have access to so much more. So of course, today is Red Wednesday in Kansas City. We're about to have our first official Chiefs game of the season. And so I want you guys to put in the chat, what is your favorite team? It could be football, it could be basketball, it could be hockey, soccer, golf, whatever. So I see Philly in the house, Eagles, Green Bay Packers, the Chiefs, New Orleans Saints, the Raiders, the Patriots, Denver, right? Imagine being able to get paid off of your favorite team. So we did a Kansas City and Raiders takeover in Vegas at the brand new Vegas Stadium. And so we were able to book the flight there, the hotels, and we stayed at the Circle, which is one of the newest adults only resorts in Vegas, right? Where they have a rooftop pool and videos for us to watch the game. I mean, just true VIP style. And if people wanted to go to the game, I could book that too. And then, of course, I can book the excursions like the ATVs in the desert, the zip lining through the old Vegas. And if they want to catch a show, if it's like a Broadway, a Cirque du Soleil, I can do that. If they want to see Usher, they want to see Taylor Swift, they want to see Beyonce, guess what, while they're in Vegas, I can book that too. I was even able to book my dad's wedding chapel. He got married in his 60s, yes. And guess what? I was able to book that and earn a commission too. So we have access to booking all sorts of things, all the way down to the travel insurance. It's commission tied in that too. So why travel and why now? Well, travel is an $8 trillion a year industry, projected to go to 15 trillion in the next 10 years. So it's going to nearly double, and it's fast tracking to be that already. And guess what? It's the number one research item during the hours of 9 to 5. Now I want you guys to put in the chat, what are people normally doing during the hours of 9 to 5? Normally people are tilting their screen, trying to hide from the boss or the girl that thinks she's a boss, and trying to figure out how to utilize that PTO that we talked about earlier, how they're going to get away. They're supposed to be working, but they're searching travel. It's the number one research item all throughout the day. And who is fueling this growth? Do I have any millennials in the house? The millennials, we got to be millionaires because we're spending over 200 billion annually in travel. Like, I don't know where we getting the money from, heavy on the week, because I'm a part of that crew right there too. We are finding a way to travel, guys. And then, of course, where are my baby boomers? Do I got any baby boomers on the move? The baby boomers are almost outdoing the millennials. They stay outside because guess what? They ain't got no more PTO. They are retired, so they can do what they want when they want. They're taking those long 7-day, 14-day cruises. They're taking those grandbabies to Disney, because they always treat the grandbabies better than the kids, right? So the baby boomers are definitely on the move. I see those baby boomers in the house. Gen X isn't up here, but we're going to go ahead and shout out the Gen X crew, right? If you're a Gen X, go ahead and represent because they're feeling the growth too. And then, of course, we got these new kids on the block, Generation Z, right? They are the digital generation, the jet setters, the bleisure travelers. When they travel for business, they stay for the turn up. And they are my favorite group of individuals. Why? Because they know all the social media platforms. I get so much free marketing from Gen Z. They know how to make the cute TikToks to make my vacation look just extraordinary. And they know TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. See, I'm only on Facebook. They on all of it. I think it's a new one, Thread, Twitter, right? Again, and whenever they go viral, guess who else go viral? My business, whenever they tag, it goes viral too. So they're pretty much my favorite crew. So you might as well get paid on what people are doing anyway. They're going to do it with you or without you. And almost everyone really wants to travel, right? And so we're going to show you a couple examples of what that looks like. Come on. I want you guys to put in the chat, show me the money. Show me the money. I'm from the show me state, so you got to show me that this thing is real. So here's an example of a frequent business traveler. They go on your website. It took you just a couple of seconds to share your link. You didn't have to do nothing hard but copy and paste. And they booked a 3-night hotel stay 3 times a month. And whenever they do that, you earn a commission check of $151.20. Isn't that amazing, right? To make some money and not be present, right? That is amazing, right? I would love to make that, right? Wake up, you got a new client, and guess what? You got $151 in your bank account. But guess what? Alvin said that ain't enough money. I need some more money. So Alvin, I got you. We got a 5-day golf trip, Scottsdale, Arizona. Most people that golf, they know exactly where they want to go. When most people book any trip, most of the time they're going to tell us where they want to go, right? So we're going to look up exactly where they want to go. We're going to put in 4 names, 4 date of births, maybe 4 payments, right? Takes you about 30 minutes to an hour, and you earn a commission check of $274.86. Now, where can you earn that kind of money in an hour legally? Okay. And imagine if word got around. They told 4 more people, then they told 4 more people, and then 4 more people. Now we're talking about comma checks, right? So Phyllis said, not enough money. I got you. I got you. We got another example right here. So what about a 7-day honeymoon, all-inclusive resort stay, Cancun complete with butler service? They say, hey, once you go butler, you don't go back, guys. And you earn a commission check of $561.79 just for saving the day, guys. Just for saving the day. I want you guys to put in the chat what kind of bills can be taken off the table in your household just for saving a day from Bridezilla, where you put her on vacation, right? Somebody said car note. Eula said a lot, light gas bill, right? Light bill, whatever. Or maybe some money toward your next trip, right? Maybe you want to go on a honeymoon. Maybe you want to go on an all-inclusive stay. Somebody said trips, right? So again, this will take the ease off of you. But Des said, not enough, right? She got car insurance. They got more stuff they need to pay. I want you guys to put in the chat, comma checks matter. Comma checks matter. And so now the millennials are taking over the family reunion. We're not going to shelter 6 anymore because we're like, no more mosquitoes. We're not trying to figure out our grandmother's favorite dishes and all that good stuff. We're going to go on this cruise ship where the food's included, the activities included. All we got to do is show up, have a good time, and maybe fight over the color of the t-shirt. That's it. That's all we're doing. We book about 20 cabins, and the commission check is $2,240.17, guys. That's a nice comma check. That's taking care of a lot of bills at this point. And so I have someone on the line who just last month, they're part of a stepping crew. They're part of the Steppers of Kansas City, and they put together a 2-step cruise, right? And so they have a commission check of $10,000 off the 2-step, right? So I would love to bring to the front somebody who is the bomb.com. Their name goes exactly with it. Do I have on the line tonight, Miss Bombshell?
Hello, Zoom family. How are you?
Hey. Okay, I knew I smelled money on the line tonight. How does it feel to, take something that you normally did classes for in general and take it at sea and then have the earning potential of $10,000?
It was a really enjoyable experience. Basically, me and my business partner, Keisha Moore, we absolutely love the cruise anyway. So we basically just invited all of our 2-stepping friends and family to join us on the cruise. We ended up having a group of 80. We booked about 32 cabins, and we took over Carnival Freedom at the last week of July. And yes, our check was $10,000, and that also afforded us a free cabin on the ship, so we did not have to pay our cabin fare. And it also left us some money for drink packages, premium Wi-Fi, and some shopping on the ship. So it was an overall awesome experience.
Awesome. Oh, that sounds good to me. And you all are doing it again, but taking over another ship, right, next year?
Yes, we already have plans in place to take over Virgin Voyages next year.
Awesome. So the money is going to get bigger and bigger. Y'all put in the chat congratulations to that, because we love to really help people make money, and it gets better than the screen, right? $10,000. So huge congratulations, Bombshell and Keisha Moore. Y'all did that. So if you haven't noticed, we love to have fun learning and earning. And in this opportunity, we can educate ourselves from a client perspective on what is called our exclusive IntelliTrips, also known as FAM trips. FAM doesn't mean family. It means to become more familiarized with the resort or destination at a deep discounted rate. Because the vendors, they're like, hey, we don't want to invest all that money in commercials and billboards. No, we understand that word of mouth is still the number one way to get information out there. So let some travel professionals go check it out, take pictures, take videos, and share it with the world. And that's what's going to get that information out faster and for less, right? We can also become better educated with our favorite vendors. We can acquire certifications with, our favorite vendors, or become certified dream maker, vacation builder, travel genius. So if you're certified and you're on tonight, go ahead and put in the chat, I'm certified. They may be certified in all 3 categories. They may be certified in just one. They may be certified as a Disney certification, Jamaica specialist, Carnival cruise. Guys, we can do as much training as we want for free. That training is included, right? So that is amazing. So you can learn as much as your heart desires, right? And so here's an example of our classroom. This classroom looks real good. This is a Secrets property in Jamaica, Montego Bay. Imagine being able to stay there for 4 nights. And your homework assignment is to make sure that the bed is soft, the water is crystal blue, the sand is soft, the jerk chicken is jerking, and the rum punch is strong. That's your assignment. Can y'all handle that? Can y'all handle that for $99 per person for the entire time? Not per night, but for the entire time. Well, guess what? I got something even better for y'all. I have a young lady who went on an excursion that was even better than this, right? She went for 6 nights, I believe, stayed on 2 different properties, and it was free. It was free. They even gave her $200 toward her flight credit because they understood flights were going crazy over the summer. I don't know who else experienced that, right? But they said, we really want you here and we want to make sure that nothing holds you back. So do I have on the line my ambassador and training future ambassador, Miss Michelle Carroll? Are you on the line tonight?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Kind of talk about that experience and what was included. Like you didn't have to share no bed with nobody and you really had a top tier experience.
Yes, you're right. We did not have to share our room. Everyone had their own rooms, and we were able to experience the entertainment and try out everything from the beach to the butler service on all the food, jerk chicken, excursions, entertainment. So it was an amazing experience.
Awesome. Awesome. And give it up for her, y'all. Free to Jamaica. And shout out to Jamaica. I'm wearing Jamaica today because we had over 200 plus that went to Jamaica from our team. We had over 200 clients in May, and Jamaica Tourism Board was actually here in Kansas City. So the board of a whole nother country comes and visits your city, and we just got approved of having direct flights from Kansas City to Jamaica. So that is huge. We are major players in the travel industry, and they really, really listen to us and what we have to say. So super excited about that. Guys, again, classroom, no boring boardroom, right? All you got to do is see which slide the fastest, right? You see everything from an interior all the way to a corner suite. You try all the food. You experience this just like a client on a 7-night Royal Caribbean. Do I have anybody that's loyal to Royal on the line tonight? Because they say once you go Royal, you never go back. We're able to experience Royal Caribbean for $399 ocean view, $559 balcony, guys. That is amazing. Those are budget friendly prices. And if you know Royal Caribbean, they are top tier, guys. They are top tier and they are not playing any games. And today we went over, some other cruises that we have access to. We were just invited to a free cruise with MSC Cruise Line just for being agent, just for being a part of, the business. And so I love to bring to the front a couple, because couples do this business too, right? And they're one of my leading power couples in the opportunity. They actually took advantage of the cruise that we currently have now with MSC that is free. And we just have to pay the port and taxes out of that New York port. So do I have on the line the Lenores? Are they available to talk about that experience?
Yes, we are.
Hey, power couple.
Hey.
So how was it? I think that was your first cruise. And would y'all had done that if y'all wasn't in this business?
We probably would have went on a cruise still because we like to cruise. But when this came about, I heard about it when we first got in, kind of missed the first one. And then this one came around this year and I said, we're going to get it. So it's awesome. Just learning and seeing the ship, taking advantage of what's on the ship and pictures and kind of promoting it so you can promote it back to your clients.
Awesome.
Especially with it being relatively new to the United States.
Mhm.
I think MSC, isn't it a Italian cruise line?
Yep.
Yeah, but it was a beautiful ship, great experience. 7-day Bahama cruise. Can't beat it. Food was good. The atmosphere was good. Parties was good. So a lot of stuff we could use to share with our clients.
Awesome. Yeah, give it up for the Lenores. Congratulations. Because they say, couples that travel together stay together, right? And definitely if you're traveling and making money and saving money together, That's definitely adding to that, guys. So awesome, awesome. So I want you guys to put in the chat, no risk, no risk. We remove all the risks with our IntelliTrust guarantees. We got a couple that are in place. We got 3 of them. The first one is the best travel price guarantee, which allows you, if your client goes out and they find a trip $50 less, right? You're gonna have those clients. If we can't, and it has to match apples to apples, oranges to oranges. It can't be no fruit basket, right? If we cannot meet it or beat it, we'll reimburse them 110% in IntelliTravel bucks to ensure that they come back and do business with us, okay? Number 2, 30 days, no questions asked, right? You can try this business out. And if you don't like making money and you don't like saving money in travel, we understand everything ain't for everybody, okay? And so we will give you 100% of your money back, no questions asked. However, do you know something in the first 30 days? I love this last guarantee, which is the unique profit guarantee, meaning that you can try this business out for an entire year, right? 365 days, 12 months. And guys, if you don't make or save what you've invested in the opportunity, guess what? We're going to reimburse you the difference to make you whole in your first year. And you can still keep your business. You don't have to shut down shop. You can still keep it and get that same reimbursement. So if you only made or saved $100, I mean, you invested $100, but you only made or saved $70, we're going to cut you a check for $30 and make sure you're whole. So do I have any traditional business owners on the line? If you're a traditional business owner, put that in the chat, y'all, because if you don't make or save your money in the first year, guess what? Your money just gone. Nobody cares about your profit. Nobody cares if you saved any money. Over here we do. And that shows the hard integrity of this business, guys. And that's what really, I don't know anybody who's had to use it, but it definitely feels good knowing that we have it, okay? So we just went over the product. We're going to transition into how to make some money and not be present. So I hope y'all got a glass full, because we're going to definitely take a couple of sips to making money and not being present. Who likes to make money and not be present? Put in the chat, I do. I do. Because that's what we're about to go over today. We're going to show you how to capitalize on the power of leveraged and residual income, right? Because my Uncle Warren Buffett said, never rely on a single source of income. You must invest to create a second source. Because if you get another job, see, 2 jobs is for what? 2 people, guys. So first, we're going to go over leveraged income, right? Leveraged. Have you guys ever told somebody about a good restaurant? I know anybody that comes to Kansas City, we tell them about a good barbecue spot. If you go to St. Louis, they're going to tell you about a good Chinese spot. If you go to Chicago, they're going to tell you about the deep dish pizza. If you're down in the South, they're going to tell you about a good soul food restaurant. Just imagine whatever your city has. If they paid you $50 for every time you refer somebody to those restaurants, you'd probably be a millionaire by now. However, whenever you tell somebody about this opportunity, you get a $50 bill the very next week, right? So if you got started today, you help 4 people get started, guess what? You're going to get $200 next week. But it gets even better. I love this 50% match right here, where, Kenitra, who was our host, she's a part of the 2020 club. So she brought in, 20 people. So she got 20 $50 bills, which is pretty cool. But I brought her in last year, right? And every time she did that, I get a 50% match. So whenever she get $50, I would get 25. If she would get 500, I get 250. When she making 1,000, guess what? I'm gonna make 500. So I want you guys to put in the chat, who do you think is happier? Is it Coach Key or Coach Coco? Who do y'all think is happier in that transaction? Because see, the 50% match that I get, it comes from the company. It does not come out of her money. It's a bonus for saying thank you for referring somebody as amazing as Coco, right? Coach Coco. So I see a lot of people putting both. So, and of course we give ourselves raises, $10 increments, 6 levels deep. So we got $60 worth of raises on the table. I've had individuals on my team who've given themselves this raise within a day, within a week, within a month. It took me a month, but I had people who gave themselves this raise in a day, like Lynn, Jocelyn Brown, right? We had Tanika Davis who did it in a day, guys. They bad to the bone. And we're going to show you how they did that. We have what is called our Planet Builder program, guys. I got a sneaky suspicion that we got some individuals in all of these categories. If you are a bronze builder, go ahead and put in the chat and represent. Let the people know that you helped 3 individuals get started. If you are a silver builder, put it in the chat. Let them know you helped 6 individuals get started in this business. And if you are a gold builder, guys, that means you helped 9 individuals, 9 single digits, not 90, but 9. And if you're not gold, go ahead and put in the chat, go gold. Why do you want to go gold? Because that's where you get the first level of the $10 bonus. So Jocelyn Bruce, she brought in 9 people in one day. And that's how she gave herself that raise. So whenever she helped that 10th person, guess what? Instead of making that 50, now it's 60. They also allow her to have that same $10 bonus on her 50% match. So whenever her directs refer someone to the business, instead of making the 25, it's now 35. Bam, just like that, y'all. Y'all got to take a sip to that, y'all. And then, of course, you get a 10% match on the travel commissions that anybody that you personally bring in, whenever they book travel, you get a 10% override. So just imagine if you would have brought Bombshell into the business. And when she earned that 2-step cruise for $10,000, imagine you earn a commission of $1,000. That's the 10% of 10,000. And you don't know how to 2-step. You don't even know what the 2-step look like. You wouldn't, nobody own it. You wouldn't own the cruise, but you weren't even thinking about it, right? And it just was a surprise check that came into your bank account on the 15th or the last day of the month, right? And guess what? You 2-stepped your way to the bank with that $1,000. And then, of course, you get a 10% matrix match, which we're going to show you here on the next slide. So we're going to talk about residual income. What is residual? Residual is doing something one time and getting paid over and over. Very similar to our bills. How many of y'all got some residual bills? If you do, put in the chat, I do. That should be everybody that's an adult. If you got light, gas, water, right? You turn that thing on one time and you got to pay on it forever. It's not like when you retire, they say, oh, you don't have to pay your residual bills no more. You still got to pay it when you're 80, 90, 100 years old. This is never going to go away. So why don't we have any income set up like that where we do something one time and we get paid over and over for it? Excuse me. So I like to say the power of the $4 bill, this residual bill, this $4 bill is bad to the bone, guys, because again, to unlock the matrix, you got to just help 2 people, right? And then of course, I helped 60 people, which my team grew on its own to over 1,100. So imagine, guys, what is $4 times 1,100 people? What's $4 times 1,100 people? Put that in the chat, guys. What's that? I hope y'all didn't drink too much wine. We're going to do some quick math. That's $4,400. Now we're talking about that on a residual basis where that's going to come on the 10th of every single month. That's bad to the bone, right? That'll take care of a lot of bills. And imagine getting that in your spare time on top of your work checks, right? You're creating this residual income that's going to grow that you can't even stop it from growing. And then of course, the first 3 people, man, they get 1/3 of the income of that $4,400. And so I have the privilege of having a young lady who believed in me before I believed in myself, right? She was the 3rd person that I helped get started out of 1,100 individuals. And so 1/3 of these individuals go up under her where she gets extra $4 bills as well. And so can I bring to the front 1-star director, Miss Tammy Smith, to talk about how does that feel to stick and stay and get your pay?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so it feels amazing. Guys, I can't even speak enough about this residual check. Like, you do something one time and you continue to get paid on it over and over. And so I look forward to the 10th of the month. Because my team has grown to almost 300 people, and then I get the 1/3 of my sponsors' income or her residual check. And it's just a no-brainer. That $60, that monthly fee that we pay to be in this business, it doesn't even exist because I made well over that. So that's it. That's all.
Awesome. So definitely, if you were invited by somebody who's new to the business, y'all never know, they may be a me. and so take advantage of those first 3 seats. Okay. I always like to say those are $1 million seats. So Tammy, I'm on my way to being a millionaire. So I hope you're excited about that. So, and I hope anybody on this line who plans to be in somebody's first 3 seats is excited about that too. So thank you so much. Give it up for Tammy as she grows her residual income, guys. So this is our Plan That Director program. In order to qualify for this, you must have a team of 100. And not to say that you went out and got 100 all by yourself. But let's say you help 10 individuals get started. They help 10, guess what? You're a 1-star director. Or you go gold builder and maybe only 4 out of the 9 actually wants to build with you. Those 4 individuals build teams of 25 apiece. Guess what? You're a 1-star director. Bam, just like that. So if you're a 1-star director on the line, put it in the chat. Let the folks know that you guys are real go-getters. This is the ambitious. This is the individuals that love to help people, guys. And on the 1st, which was a couple of days ago, they started their month off with a $500 bonus. So 1-star director Tammy Smith just talked about her residual income, $4 times 300, a third of my income, then to start her month off with $500 on the 1st. Yeah, she still works a full-time job. This is money she's making in her spare time. And guess what? As a 1-star director, whenever she helps somebody get started, instead of making 50, it's now 70. And that 50% match changes from 25 to 45. Bam, just like that. And so anybody that put their 1-star director, they're fast tracking the 2-star, but they're going to double that bonus. And then I land on a 3-star director where I start my month off with $2,000. So I'm telling my business just a little bit, y'all, right? I start off with $2,000. On the 10th is $4,400. We're talking about $6,400 off of 2 out of the 8 checks I'm able to earn every single month. And guys, I just retired in January. So I was making this income in my spare time on top of the 6 figures I was making by day. So talk about balling out of control. And then of course, fast tracking the 4-star where that bonus turns into $5,000. So just imagine being able to make $5,000 September 1st, blow it on my birthday on the 13th, and know I'm gonna get it again on October 1st. Yeah, that is some powerful residual income right there. We got 5-star, we got 6 stars, but we don't have any 7, 8, or 9 stars. So I want you guys to put in the chat, somebody said sip, sip right there. They didn't sip, sip. But I want you guys to put in the chat, I caught this one. I caught this one. Because we don't have any 7th or 8th or 9th stars. You can be somebody like me who was not here since day one. I was not here 7, 8 years ago. Okay, I just started taking my business serious about 2.5 years ago, right? 2.5, 3 years ago. And I passed up so many individuals, 95,000 agents, and I'm a top 100 income earner out of 95,000. So you can come in this thing and pass up everybody, including me if you're bad, right? And definitely shoot for the stars. So we have our presidential ring and Rolex program. I want you guys to put in the chat, what kind of ring can you see yourself wearing? What, is it the sapphire ring blue? Because maybe you're a Virgo and blue's your favorite color. Or maybe nobody has ever offered you 6 figures by day. They said you had to go back to school. You wasn't seasoned enough. I remember hearing that in my career, right? I wasn't seasoned enough for that leadership role. I needed more experience, all of that good stuff. No, not over here. If you go hard, you over the age of 18 and you get started, you can make 6 figures. And I was able to do that in 2.5 years, which in my career, it took me almost a decade to get to 6 figures, right? And I had to go to school for years and owe over $60,000 worth of student loan debt. Not over here. You have the earning potential to earn 6 figures in your spare time. I'm living proof of that. And I got the ring to prove it, right? And then of course we have the ruby red ring signifying $250,000. Maybe you already make 6 figures. But I always say, hey, who said you couldn't make multiple? Or maybe red your favorite color. Or maybe you're like my coach who was laid off from her property management job of 20 something years, never made over $50,000 a year. Now she's making over $50,000 a month. So I know she's super excited about being laid off because that $50,000 a year was getting in the way of her making $50,000 a month. So she is sporting that diamond ring and she is fast tracking to becoming the next millionaire in the opportunity. We have 3 millionaires in the opportunity. One He went from military to millionaire. He helped over 70 individuals get started in the business from Iraq. So when people say they don't have time, he didn't even have water, okay? He had heavy equipment helping not only the country fight for freedom on land, but helping fighting for freedom and poverty in this business, guys. And so again, that is so phenomenal. We also had a young man who used to be a waiter at Papa Do's, and we all love some Papa Do's, right? They got good food, good drinks, but none of that's really good if you can't afford it and you work there, right? Well, guess what? Now he's popping more dough than you can imagine, guys, and he is a millionaire as well. And then our number one income earner was actually referred to the business by the military to millionaire guy, right? And she is the number one income earner, true underdog, retired at the age of 33. I mean, went from teen mom, riding around on bad tags, living off her student loans. And guys, she was not here on day one either. She came in here and passed up everybody and became the number one income earner out of 95,000 agents, with all three of them earning over $100,000 a month. Guys, that's phenomenal. And if you want that Rolex, I say go 5-star, okay? So we have our income disclosure statement for 2022, right? As we're wrapping up the pandemic, everybody's ready to get outside, right? And we're super excited about this. This is public knowledge that we turn into the I to the R to the S. And we know the IRS don't play. You know, I don't look good in orange. Kenitra don't look good in orange. Tammy don't look good in orange. Bombshell ain't looking good in orange, right? So I'm gonna remove the elephant out of the room. This is not a pyramid scheme, scam, or anything illegal, okay? Again, because the IRS doesn't mess with anything illegal. Disney don't mess with anything illegal, right? And so again, I want to just remove that elephant out of the room, right? And then I also want to point out the estimated average hours worked per week, because a lot of people will say, well, I don't have a lot of time. I didn't have a lot of time. I have 4 kids that play AAU sports. My husband was like my 5th child, Lord. I'm just busy, right? Time just was not on my side. But this was the perfect opportunity, because I want you guys to put in the chat per week, guys. Imagine working this business 2 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours a week. Not a day, a week. And a lot of y'all worked harder than that today, but y'all was not making that income on the other side, right? And if you were working 60 plus hours a week, you wouldn't mind if you was a millionaire, okay? You would work them 60 plus hours very, very happily, because I work, it looks like most people's vacations anyway, right? So again, you would enjoy it, making those millions of dollars. So this slide right here is definitely very, very powerful. I love it. It is our Planet Marketing Pledge, right? Mr. Bradley, he said, you know, the only way to eradicate poverty is by creating generational wealth. And what better way to be able to do it is to put something like this in place, right? Where we know we can feel secure in knowing that in the event of our death, the Planet business we built will outlast us. Our family will still receive our weekly income, our commission pay, director bonuses, all that income that I just went over. They're still going to be paying that out as if you're still here to whoever you want to air your business to. It can be your children, it can be your nieces and nephews, it can be your spouse, whoever that person may be. So I want you guys to put in the chat, hashtag whatever your last name is, right? Because I have a young lady who she's doing this business and leaving a legacy, you know, for her baby, right? For her baby. And so I love to bring to the front one-star director, Miss Shawnee Williams, to talk about why this pledge was very important for you.
Hey, Director Gregory, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this pledge was important for me for several reasons. Number one, being in 2013, I had a stillborn birth. Experiencing that, I didn't have anybody that I could really lean on for support. My family definitely was there. My husband was definitely there. However, nobody in my close circle went through what I went through. So our conversations was always, oh, Nita, you can try again, right? But that's not easy for everybody. So I went through about 6 years of depression. I'm coming up on the 10th anniversary of losing my daughter this October. So from this business, I don't have any children, didn't have anybody, you know, that close that I could actually will this business to. So I sat down with my niece and my nephew, and I talk to them about baby Sky. Even though baby Sky will be 10 years old this year, we all still call her baby Sky. Talk to them about baby Sky. They know how important baby Sky is to me. My sister and my mom, all my siblings, all 10 of them, know how important baby Sky is to me still, even in her death. So I have a foundation called Sky's Dream. What this foundation does is support families who've experienced infant and child loss, giving them the opportunity to receive therapy services, group counseling, family counseling, and no additional charge to them. Because of Sky's Dream, because of this business, the income that I receive from this Planet Pledge, even after I die, will continue to support families who experience infant and child death.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, give it up for that. Yeah, give it up for Sky's Foundation, guys. Like I said, it's bigger than travel. Whatever you want to leave for your legacy to outlive you. Because the job that I just left, hey, if something would have happened to me, my job would have been posted before I hit the ground. My kids would have just got the last check, that one-time life insurance policy, and the Gregory Gang Foundation would not be possible. So again, guys, give it up for Shani and her foundation and what this business has been able to do for her and her family. And then, of course, it's a turnkey business on day one. Again, put that key in ignition, drive up the road, and roll on out. You're going to have access to your website, your mobile app with your virtual business cards, your training, which is top tier. We do online training, in-person training, self-paced training. We got major events. We just left from convention where we took over the largest Marriott in the world. We had Mr. Eric Thomas, where several individuals that are on the line tonight, they won awards. So if you were an award recipient, go ahead and represent your award. We plan on sweeping the stage next year where we're going to have it at the same convention. And guess what? Instead of having E.T., we're going to have Tim Grover there, who was the mental coach for Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, some of the best, true championship talk. Again, we do everything top tier. So how do you get started? I'm glad you asked. Price is what you pay and value is what you get. I want you guys to put in the chat $199.90 because this is the question that is asked the most. How much does it start to get started? You know, how much does it cost to get started? It's $199.90 for both businesses. This is not a tier or anything like that. It just shows you to decide where your money's going. $179.95 goes towards IntelliTravel, which is your travel business. You're gonna have your travel website, your travel credentials, which is an IATA and CLIA number, your unlimited access to education, such as Disney, Marriott, you know, Carnival Cruise, whoever, right? And then of course, $19.95 goes towards Planet Marketing, which allows you to open up your marketing firm, where now you're able to franchise out other travel businesses, guys, and unlock those 6 additional streams of income and give yourself access to that pledge, right? That pledge is very, very powerful. Those two together equals the $199.90, and then it's $59.90 a month moving forward, guys. So less than $2 a day, you're able to run and maintain your business. So it's definitely time to make a decision, time to get mad. And I don't mean like really get mad, but make a decision. If you're a 1, you say, hey, I'm ready to go. I was ready to go when you showed me the comma check for the cruise. I was ready to go when you said I can go to Jamaica for $99, or I can go for free like Michelle did. Or I'm ready to go when I saw that I can grow my team and get $4 residual bills and be like Tammy being somebody's first 3 seats. Or maybe you were like, I want to leave a legacy. I want to break some generational curses with me and my family. And I'm going to do it by turning my passion into a paycheck with this business, right? If you're definitely a 1, go ahead and put in the chat you're a 1 and who invited you. Because we're going to open up a special VIP room, right? We got something special for you, so stick around. And if you're here to support somebody that's launching, still stick around because we're going to announce their names at the end. And we want them to know that you were here to support. If you are a 2, you have questions. Maybe I went a little too fast. Maybe you didn't quite understand something. That's okay, okay? We want to answer your question. That's what we're here for, okay? And I always say, give it up for the 3s. The 3s say, no, thank you. That's cool. We understand that everything is not for everybody, guys. The goal today really was to educate you on what it is that we do. Because a lot of people don't know about this best well-kept secret, and that commissions is built inside of everything you book. So now that you know better, we hope that you do better. And we ask that you patronize the person's business that invited you out tonight, right? So that way, you know that they're building an empire and trying to leave a legacy for their family that you know and love, right? So again, if you're a 1, 2, or 3, go ahead and put in the chat and who invited you out tonight. And guess what? Start your journey of success. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And that one step is not a physical step. It's a mental step in believing that you are deserving, that you do, want to live in abundance, that you do want to travel more, that you do want to help people more, right? And so for those that are number ones, I want to be the first to welcome you to the baddest team on the planet. And that concludes the presentation. I'm going to go ahead and stop share and see what's going on. Awesome. And what's going on in the chats, Miss Kanitra, as I get this VIP room together?
Yes, we have Miss